And hey, welcome to day 2 of the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association Convention. We're in Waco. I'm Jason Greer with Houston Sports Live. I'm here live with one of our local coaches, Coach Cheatham out of New Caney. Coach, thanks for joining us here
Yes,
this
sir.
morning. How you
Yes, sir.
doing?
Good, good. A lot of baseball talk the last few days, so it's been good to just chop it up with people.
So far, let's kind of start with the convention itself. How many times, how many years you've been involved in the association?
So this is year 15, second as a head coach.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
So 15 years here. So this year, of all the seminars, clinics, is there one thing when you got the schedule that you just said, man, circle, I got to be at that one?
Yeah, the 108 stuff is really enticing to me and our guys. They're so humble. You have guys that they stayed up all night with us last year. I actually had a a doctor's appointment down in Houston, and then I actually drove back up. And when Eugene heard about it, he said, "Hey, you're not going to beat me. You can stay up all night. I got a hitting lesson at 6 a.m. But so as long as we're done by that, I have a video conference. We chopped it up to like 3:30.
Oh, wow.
So it was great. And so those guys hung out again last night, and we go through video. We talk about application and practice, and what we're trying to do at New Caney is just rebuild it and get the most out of every day and stack good days, and they've definitely been instrumental. I can text Will and he's going to get back to us. I know Cobb uses it at Lufkin, and so they're a humble group of guys that are willing to get down and dirty with high school coaches, and so I was like,
That's excellent.
pretty cool little deal. So
Yeah, I picked up on them a few years ago on, I think it was on Instagram. I started following them, and you see Eugene, and I think the round table stuff that
yeah.
they do online
Yeah.
is fantastic stuff, bringing people in. I think Lance Berkman was in
Oh yeah.
one time and talking it, cutting it up. And it's just great information that comes from those guys, and it's always glad to see them here. They're a big name, especially out in that social media world
Yeah,
where
for
all
sure.
their content is flying around. So 15 years that you've been here. So this is how many years at New Caney now?
This is year 2.
Year 2 at New Caney. Last year, or the first year, was kind of getting a feel for when we met on what you had, and you had a young group of kids.
Yeah.
And then, so this year, how has that process? What do you look like going into 2026? And I know I'm kind of throwing a lot at you. I got a lot running through my head here. Is some one of the things that we talked about that I like that you've implemented. You kind of gone back in time to when we used to have those instructional leagues with the kids, and I remember us having that discussion to where you had like a summer squad where you
Yeah.
brought in the 8th graders that are going to be 9th graders, and
Yep.
I guess Mickey Mantle.
We did a Mickey Mantle League, and we how we do it is our seniors coach it, our graduating seniors coach it, so that they know the terminology that we use, they know the offense, and then just the different coaching things that we're looking for, and so they get to coach the incoming guys for a couple weeks, and we hosted out of New Caney, and a lot of local schools kind of jumped at the opportunity this year. So that was first year for that. This is the second year we did a fall league. It grew from I think 5 teams last year to 10 teams this year, and so there's people wanting to play baseball up there, man. That's for sure. And
So are you finding that that's kind of the younger kids you're focusing on? I mean, are the older kids wanting to show up? Because if they are, man, that's great.
Yeah. So you asked kind of what's it look like going into 2026. I think that last year we had to get the culture right, and we kind of broke ground on what it's supposed to look like. And not to say like I don't know what they did before, but I know that there's 40 guys at our field after school. If we do an open field, everybody shows up, and we have a weight room presence. 3 days a week after school, and our kids are there. And so there's accountability that's kind of embedded into the program, and so I think that lends to that lends to getting the foundation right and getting the culture right. And so if I had to put my name beside something, that's what I would say is the culture's getting there. Talent's coming. I think we have a really talented freshman class.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Trust me.
And I think the freshman class behind them is really good too.
Oh, wow.
So that being said, I think that we got some good things coming, and not that we won't be good this year. These are kids that have 3 years varsity experience coming back, and we have an offensive identity now, at least at times, and so I think that the kids understand what we're trying to do. Last year, August, September, October, we're practicing in a cafeteria. trying to install an offense and get used to my terminology and do everything. And so that's why the fall league became important, because it gave us an opportunity to kind of work together. And then now that we've had a field, and now that we have and our facilities are beautiful.
Yeah. Speaking of, is it 100% right now?
100%.
I mean the field, the softball and the baseball complex. I know it was still half under construction last year when we were there.
We didn't get into the field house till the summer, but now everything's full go, and so. Man, what a cool atmosphere! And when you show up, I'll show you. We walk out the back door, and our field's right there. So weight room's right down the hall. It's a shared complex with baseball, softball, golf, and tennis. But it's definitely a beautiful place to play some baseball. So
yeah, it's amazing to watch. I mean, for people who don't know, I started my coaching career was out there in the early 2000s and with Coach Music, and we dedicated Adam Dunn Field. And when Adam Dunn Field opened, and he was there, and that field was taken care of by the ag department, and it was meticulous. And, in my eyes, it was beautiful except for the press box situation.
Yeah.
It was a whole other thing. But the field itself and the layout was great. And then to go to your complex, the new complex last year, and we set up, and we were in that press box, and we were in the bleachers, and that field was just – I mean, we had it playing yesterday as one of our demos because how beautiful your field is. And you got a lot of compliments on your field. Yesterday, I tell you that. They were like, wish we had turf like that. And I'm like, yeah, it's new Caney. I was like, I tell you how to get a hold of him.
Yeah, our district did a really good job. And I think, athletics is the front porch of your school. I think it's what people see when they look in. And so them making the decisions. And there's more coming, man. We're still under construction. So they built the baseball, softball complex. They built a CTE building last year. That's gorgeous, and then on the other side of the school, they're covering a football field, and they're putting in an 8-lane track. They're putting in a turf football field for football, soccer, and then there's a football field house going in.
So you got a bubble yet?
No, it's going to be covered. So.
That's awesome. That's great to see. I mean, you're starting to see a lot of high schools kind of go that route with the heat now and how it affects, especially when we get late into the season. Those late April games on a Saturday at 2 o'clock, in Texas, you're 95 degrees out there, and those kids aren't really acclimated yet. And you have that ability, and even when you come back in the fall, football's using it. You guys have access to it. It rains, you got a place to go take in and out, and at least you're on a field instead of in a cage in a gym or in the cafeteria hitting fungos off the tiles. Done that before. Got some bruises, I think some scars left for those in college. But so, Coach, last thing, are there a couple of kids that we should keep an eye on, prospects, some big commitments that are going to be some, your leaders this year? So
one of the guys you liked a lot last year was Tyler Rodriguez. He had a big hit against the Woodlands. He actually kind of went off.
I think
he went 3 for 4 or something like that.
That was the one. That was that game where everybody was kind of on the edge of their seats. You guys, I mean, and then not to digress, but that was just a fantastic game and well played. That and well coached.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And so, so Ty's coming back. I expect him to be a big part of our lineup. Kaysen Lipsey's coming back. He just so Tyler's going to Ranger. Kaysen's going to Angelina, and then one of our other players just committed, Caden Pate. He's going to be a big part of our offense as well. Hold it down in the outfield, be a pitcher for us, and so. We have those guys coming back, and then everybody knows the shortstop that we got, the young guy, Mr. Lopez, Peyton. He's phenomenal. He's fun to watch. Natural leader. Doesn't intimidate him that he's 15 coming into the clubhouse. He and we talked a lot about that last year. Nobody cares how good you are until you can make people better around you, and that's who he is. And so that's cool to see. So, and he's not the only freshman. There's some guys that can play, and so we'll see what they can do.
So last question, and kind of going to the freshmen, 8th grade that you kind of hit on, are you seeing a leap that these kids are coming in out of the 8th grade into 9th grade, kind of a little more polished? Back when we did tryouts at New Caney, we always said our first cut was the kid that's going to hurt himself.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Because And I feel like now you don't have those kids.
They exist.
Yeah.
So my program philosophy, man, is I'll coach that. I'll coach baseball. I don't want to coach character. I don't want to teach you how to be a good person. So there was 35 guys in our program when I took over, and we're up to 58 now. We'll do a practice squad to let those guys be around the field and play.
Oh, that's excellent.
It just kind of developed. Some people need us more than we need them, but I think that it's important for kids, especially at New Caney, to have a place to go and be a part of something. So, but there's definitely the top end is what you're saying. The top end is more polished. They've played more meaningful games, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like we all play, but if it's hey, I'm down 10-0, like that's not really a meaningful game, or I'm not playing in a championship game or whatever. And so even some of the tournament games, the perfect game, like if you're not playing for something, it's kind of individual based, and it's okay to go 4 for 4 and lose.
Yeah.
Versus what we're trying to do.
That guy in the stands was here to see me. I threw my 2 innings. I'm done.
Yeah.
See you later. Versus
team baseball. I'm
here to win a district and a state title, and this is get on my back. Let's go. I'm going to lead you to the promised land. Yeah, exactly. Well, Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see you here shortly in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
2026 kicks off on Friday. Tryouts. Everybody ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready to go. Man, fired up.
Well, that's great. Coach, good luck. 2026.
Yes,
we'll
Thank
see
you
soon.
so much.
All right, appreciate it.